Happy New Year's, folks. I'm kind of wondering to myself, is this going to be our last Christmas and our last decent New Year's? 2024 does not look promising to me. I'll give you a few predictions. I predict that no matter what, there'll be a civil war of some sort. There'll be states dropping out of the Union. If the one side wins, the other side will be upset. And it don't matter which side wins, I think that stuff's going to happen. One way or the other. Texas has already got secessionist paperwork in their legislature. Minnesota and California and Washington State were already talking about it. You got counties in southeast Washington that want to go over to Idaho because they're sick of the crap in Washington State. And we got Chinese spy stations all over the United States. They closed down a Chinese police thing. Hey, people, listen to me. If you don't understand when someone sits there and tells you who they are and that they don't like you and want to kill you, believe them. For God's sake, we are being run by morons up there. And yes, they're communist, Marxist, progressives. They want to change the United States. So it comes down to this. You want the Constitution of the United States, something I've sworn to and believe in, or do you want communism and dictatorship and standing in bread lines? People vote your conscience, but daggone it, don't vote like a moron. Liberals are liberals. They're not the left. But they sit there and keep supporting for the progressives and the left. I don't understand it. Why do you keep voting for things that are against you, that want to hurt you, that want to kill you? Okay? Why are you protesting in favor of Palestinian Gazans who want queer pride going out there doing this stuff? And if you go out there, folks, they're going to throw you from the tallest building. That's what they do to homosexuals over in Muslim countries. Why do you support these people that are madmen and want to kill you? Look at all the horrible things they did during the 7 October thing. Cutting babies out of pregnant women and then killing them. Raping dead bodies, male and female. They didn't care. These are monsters, for God's sake. And it's monsters against common people. So side yourself with either the common people like us, okay, or the monsters. And if you're the monsters, we're against you. Okay? It's good or bad. Good and evil. Get it into your head, folks. We have been at war with China. We have been in war with evil forces for a long time. We have been in economic war with China. The trouble is, we got so much trade with them, they basically need us, because if their economy fails, their citizens will uprise like they tried to do in Tiananmen Square, and we didn't support them. Okay? We've made a lot of missteps in the past. Let's not make them going in the future. Okay? Get this through your heads, people. This is it. This is it. There's an old prophecy saying that the generation born when Israel is reborn will be the apocalypse time. It's sure forming out there with all these alliances and all these evil people. Iran could sit there and stop the terrorism in a heartbeat. Russia and China, that back Iran, could sit there and help stop it. Okay? China said militarily they want to take Taiwan. And I'll bet you they want to take it before Joe Biden's out of office because he's their Chinese stooge. And we know it. And he's been on vacation over 40% of his time in office. I think he's out to lunch, period, don't you? But we don't want Kamala, so let's not impeach Joe. Oh, yeah. That would be nuts, wouldn't it? Then we get the cackle box up there. You ask her a question in a news conference, and she'll just laugh at every one of them. She looks down on you, folks. They all look down on you. They despise you. If you're common people, the Walmart people, they hate you. And yes, that goes for liberals and moderates too. If you go to Walmart or Target, they hate you. Okay? You're not going to the high-priced places. You ain't living the right life. Well, I don't know. If you go to Target or Kohl's, they might like you because of the LGBT wear that's in there for babies. Can't you guys see where this culture is going? It's going down, 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 folks. Now, the communists before could not do anything with the strong middle class. And Obama started destroying the middle class, and he started destroying it with the black middle class, which was growing and growing and growing. Okay? And he put a halt to that. No, you can't have a strong middle class. He's a communist, for God's sake. We know that. He was raised by a communist grandfather. And his marriage was done in the living room of Bill Ayers and Bernadette Dorn, who were underground weathermen back in my day, terrorists, given college jobs because they were terrorists. I don't understand where we're going. I don't understand it at all. All I know is they want a lot of immigrants in that are poor and uneducated. Why? Because they need a strong underclass. Someone that needs them. Someone that isn't middle class. And they're doing it to try and destroy the middle class. Okay? Because Marxism, communism cannot exist when there's a strong middle class. You sit there and bring in a whole bunch of lower class and get rid of the middle class, then you got your class warfare, upper and lower. That's what they want. And this all started with the progressives coming from that communist college just before when Hitler took over and they were escaping Hitler. They were communists and they got housed up in Princeton. They started with something called critical theory, just CT, critical theory. Then it went to critical legal theory. Then it went to critical race theory. Because they had to have people that were underdogs, that were being picked on. Okay? The victim class. They needed a victim class. They had this large middle class, so they had to find ways to divide us. So it's victimhood. People, God didn't mean this to happen. We made it happen. We let it happen. Get off your duffs. Connect the dots. You got a crook in charge of us and a bunch of morons behind them. Understand it and quit your griping. And vote, folks. That's your last daggone thing. And your freedom of speech. Your freedom of speech is being tested right now. It's going to the Supreme Court. Pray for it. It's one of your biggest ones. That's why it's the first one listed under your Bill of Rights. Your second one is your ability to own arms. Just for this reason. Now, when they say someone is coming in and going to be a dictator, the left never sits there and points a finger and says someone's doing something unless they're doing it themselves. Get that through your heads. Can't you see that? They've weaponized almost every part of the government, for God's sake, into a despotic agency. Well, God bless you all. I'm praying that this doesn't happen. I'm praying we don't fall apart. Remember, empires and whatnot only last usually about 350 years. We're at the tail end of ours. Let's not let it happen. God bless you. Please pray for us. And I remain your humble servant.